Hey everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Lianne Russo Liddell, Associate Broker and REALTOR from Occasio Realty. And today I have the pleasure of talking with Anthony Spinato. Hi Anthony.
How are you?
I'm good. Anthony is the president and CEO of Spinato's Pizzeria and Family Kitchen. So I'm really excited to talk to you today, Anthony. Let's just kind of dive right in and tell me a little bit about the business.
Well, we're been a local business here for 47 years. My parents relocated from Chicago in the early 70s.
Okay.
And my dad grew up with a gentleman. His family started some pizzerias back then.
Okay.
Back there, I should say, in the late 50s.
Okay.
They all wanted to come out to Arizona to get out of the cold.
Sure.
And so they partnered up and opened in 74.
Okay.
And 1986, my dad bought out his partner.
Okay.
And that's when the name changed to Spinato's. All the recipes stayed in, and everything stayed consistent, but the name changed, and so that's when it officially became Spinato's. And we grew up. My sister and I. There's two of us in the family, and we grew up coming to work with our parents quite more, than
lots
we
of
had
summers.
wished. Yeah.
Okay.
But that was I thank my parents for that, because it just set the tone and paved the way for just work ethic and good responsibility, and we got to have a lot of fun too and spend some time with our family. So
nice. That's awesome. That's awesome. So what are some of your, I guess, quintessential menu items that you're sort of known for?
Well, I know, I think I remember, in the early 90s when we put fresh spinach on the menu, people were like, what?
What?
Disgusting, So we used to have to walk around our dining rooms with, it was the Mama's spinach, so that's one of our signature pizzas, right? And it's got the fresh spinach, Roma tomato, garlic, and of course, mozzarella and our pizza sauce. But we used to have to give that out. Would you like to try a little bit of this? And most people would say no. We'd put it on their plate anyway.
Sure.
And just say, you can get mad at me later,
Sure.
And they fell in love with it. So we do so much of our own stuff. We love doing it with our own hands. The pizza sauce seems like we're famous for here, recognized. Our Italian sausage is homemade, and I would say, those are the things that really kind of stood out in the early days,
Okay.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite things to cook?
In the restaurant, once we added a saute line. For many years we didn't have that, so I just like, just adding the sausage, the peppers, the onions, our penne alla vodka, so our vodka cream sauce.
Yep.
One of my favorite dishes on our menu. One of the things I had a lot of fun with and put on the menu and didn't get any hate mail, but I thought I would, was the Baked Spaghetti Calzone, because it was such a carb killer.
Okay.
Right? So we just stuff a calzone with, cooked spaghetti, lots of marinara, lots of mozzarella, ricotta. Yeah, meatballs, layer it with some marinara over it. And that was just one of those, hey, I'm hungry, I'm bored with what we have.
Sure.
What do I do? And
I like it.
Yeah, you've had it?
Yeah, I have. Yeah, it's so good.
So, that's fun. And then at home, we eat a lot of fresh fish, and I love doing the grill.
Okay, nice.
My wife's a trained chef. She went to Arizona Culinary Institute, so we're always doing new things. And she's gluten intolerant, so she has this phenomenal starter. That we've been taking care of, right, for a couple years now. And so she makes a ton of different breads and waffles. So we just like playing, as I think most cooks do, just try not to be bored, And we do just about anything at home,
That's awesome. Okay, very cool, very cool. And I know, obviously over the past year, a lot of restaurants have really struggled with finding people to be in their restaurants to staff.
Yeah.
So have you been experiencing that as well?
Absolutely.
So can you tell me a little bit about sort of what your plan is, so to speak?
Yeah, I wish we were immune to it, but I mean, we do have compared to industry average, I'll put this in perspective, we have probably about 25 to 30% of the turnover that the industry usually has. So we
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, so we really spend and invest in our people.
That's awesome.
I mean, I say that we're in the people business, not the pizza business. So we love what that part of it. But with that being said, that I think paints a good picture that we're so understaffed still.
Sure.
We are, and so that's what's going on in the industry. That's how hard it is. If we're having trouble, I think everybody's having trouble, and even more than we are. But we're, holding open interviews, and we don't get one person to show up all day.
Wow.
And so it's insane. And our best, it's our employee referrals. From our staff, where we give them little bonuses and things like that. But we are having an incredibly hard time filling and staffing our restaurants, and I know a lot of my friends in the industry are too. And I mean, and we do, we have probably maybe 40% of our staff have been here longer than 5 years, just put that in perspective.
Okay.
At that 5 year, and we shower them with anniversary gifts all the time. 5 years, we give them some Ray-Bans, custom made. 10 years, we send them on a cruise.
Wow.
15 years is Hawaii. We kick them out of here. And so with all that being said, we're still in this, oh my gosh, we're so short. So we're looking at closing Mondays for the summer. Okay. Just to create more hours for the rest of the week. For the rest of the staff. But more importantly, to give everybody a break. Everyone's just so burnt out, worn out, our managers, our staff. And so we're so if anybody's watching this at home, you're looking for a great place to come work, and at least think about where you want to work. If you're on unemployment, give us a shot, or give any restaurant. I mean, I know we're just all in it, and I speak for the industry as well as ourselves. Sure. It's something I've never seen before, and I know it has to do with the unemployment benefits. People are getting paid well to not have to go to work, but I hope when they're ready to go back, they choose Spinato's. Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well, it sounds like you really take care of your employees, and I'm sure that that they appreciate that. They do, and they make it easy on us. I mean, it's the one thing that when you have such great people, all we think about as an ownership group is what else can we do. And there's being in this business, it's not like we're in it because the money's so great. There's just very slim margins. We do it because we love people, we love serving people, we love cooking for people. Sure. And we know why we're successful. It is our people. Without them, we couldn't do anything. Sure. We'd be the small little family restaurant that we were back in the 80s, where it was my parents, my grandparents, and my sister and I. So having people who care, love our company, our family, love our guests, love each other the way that they do, we just continually look at what else can we afford to do. And sometimes, and a lot of times, it's not spending money, it's just the little things of the acts of kindness and caring and listening. Absolutely. And coming alongside them, and just my dad visits all of the restaurants every week. Okay. And he's kind of the dad for everybody. Okay, nice. Listens to what's going on and just loves on them. Okay. And I think that's if you run out of the financial resources, you're never running out of that. Sure. So that's the way we look at it. Okay. I love it. That's really good to hear. It makes me feel good. So that's great. Anthony, tell me a little bit about your goals for the next year. I know you guys have some exciting things coming up. Yeah, for us we have 5 restaurants. We've been here for 47 years. We've relocated three of them, I believe. So let's just say we have 8 in that year, 47 years. Well, we're opening 2 in the next 12 months. That's awesome. And so that's a big change for us. But it's something that, we have the core people within the company that want to grow with us. Sure. Our biggest complaint, which I'm proud to say, is you don't have one near me. Or, I'm sure people always say that, yeah. And we just announced, like in February or March that we were going to be going out in Gilbert. Okay. And that was, the only complaints we got from it is all of our West Siders, you out there, we love you guys, and we're going to come to you. But when you come into the West Side, so that's something we've acknowledged, and we feel that we have the team to do it. Mm-hmm. internal growth always has to be in front of our external growth.
Sure.
So we have to have the people to execute it, to deliver the experience.
Absolutely.
And so now we're just building that up. And so that's really, the 2 stores in the next year is really exciting. It's shook up the company. Everybody's like, wow, I can grow with them.
That's awesome.
They're moving forward. And we want to do about a store a year.
Nice.
At the slowest pace, and maybe 2 every year, if we can. So.
Okay. On a more personal note, Anthony, what are some things you like to do when you're not cooking and in the kitchen or working?
Yeah. Well, I'm a big, for me, quiet time is hard to come by.
I hear that.
So I get that out in the yard, and we have a big, beautiful vegetable garden. We put in grapevines, lots of fruit trees, herb garden.
Okay.
And so I have grass in the backyard, and I won't let anybody touch it. I'm crazy about it. So I just, it's just trimming the bushes and keeping up with that. My wife helps out. My kids they're the ones pulling the carrots, eating them,
Right.
That's their contribution, which is great. But that to me is, it keeps me busy, it keeps me moving, but it just gives me time to hear whatever I'm supposed to hear, whatever God's putting on my heart, or whatever I'm not seeing. And so I love doing that. Other than cooking, hiking is something we don't do enough of. And more importantly now than ever, I think we'd all agree, after COVID, is just trying to be together with family.
Absolutely.
And friends. I think we all felt that gap, in our lives. So I just have to say thank you. Even if you didn't go to Spinato's, I know my other friends in the restaurant industry, we have received so much support, generosity from the communities around our restaurants, where the tips and that our staff were getting on curbside delivery, and it was adding an extra $5, $6, $7 to everybody.
That's
because
awesome.
and it was breathing. As much as the $7 or $6 an hour helped on top of what they were all doing, it was an inner thing.
Sure.
They just felt the love, the support. And we never, we're here to do that for our community. You never expect them to do it for you or back to you. And you never think that you deserve it. You just think I'm here to provide a service. And when they walk in that door, they should feel like this is, they're the only thing we care about, And so we got that back in ways that I could have never have imagined, hoped for. And it was the lift that our entire organization just kind of rode on, throughout COVID. And I think it's just shown, especially the younger kids who haven't gone through the things that we have, and by this, just how important relationships are.
Absolutely.
And the things that we teach them when they start at Spinato's, of just about building relationships.
Absolutely.
Not, hello, sir, how are you? It's, hi, Lianne, it's great to see you again. Gosh, and to recognize the guests when they come in, to get to learn their names, learn their kids' names, and it becomes this exchange. It's a two-way thing at that point. And you might be having a bad day as a server, or I might be having a bad day as a server. You come in and you see me and you lift me up,
Sure.
And we've always done that inside the restaurant, and done that so well from a relational standpoint. I just never knew it would come from so much out, like the community would pour back in such a way. So I have to just say, I know whoever's watching this at home, they've done it to plenty of businesses, and I'm sure those businesses feel the same way as we do. It's just been overwhelming, so.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Talking about the community outreach piece, I know you guys also have the Kenneth A. Spinato Foundation.
Yeah.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Sure, yeah. That's my dad's foundation, and I think it's about 10 years old, and typically, we've been doing some golf tournaments. We do some stuff in the restaurants as well. My father was, served in the military, Vietnam War. My grandfather was a tank driver, World War II. Basically, everybody went to the military ahead of me. So we look at veterans, and then we're big into kids, so PCH.
Nice.
Arizona Children's Association,
Yep.
you know, just helping kids. And so kids and the vets have been near and dear to my dad's heart.
Okay.
So that was really the premise of why we started that. And we've had to obviously shell like so many other things over the last 18 months, and we'll probably have our golf tournament again next spring.
Nice.
But it's just, you know, for my dad, it was that next step where he's starting to get out of the restaurants a little bit more. You're not going to slow him down. You're not going to stop him. So what else can he do? He's got the biggest heart in the world. What else? Where else can that heart be applied and help and serve and love? And so that was just an easy one. And we love having it. You know, we love doing it. And you know, it's something I know we want to continue to grow and expand as we go forward. You know.
Okay. Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. Well, hey, Anthony, I really appreciate chatting with you. Once again, I'm Lianne Russo Liddell, Associate Broker and Realtor with Occasio Realty, here with Anthony Spinato, who is the President and CEO of Spinato's Pizzeria and Family Kitchen. So it was great to talk to you.
Well, great. Thanks for coming down. Thanks for doing this. Appreciate it.
All right.